So, Sarana, in the past, you've told me about your mother who can be somewhat emotionally manipulative.
Yeah.
And that she uses her emotions to try and get you to behave in a certain way or do something that she wants or...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm wondering if today you'd be interested in doing a little rational emotive imagery activity with me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's going to involve you thinking about something pretty unpleasant, just so you know.
Great.
A situation with your
Love
mother.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Okay, great. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. And this is going to be based on some information of things that you've told me in the past, okay? So I want you to imagine that you are with your mother and she is somewhat intoxicated, and you've just told her that you can't go to Sydney at the end of the year for your Nana's 80th birthday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the worst kind of reaction that she would have at this time?
I think the worst and also, pretty likely reaction is that she goes very quiet and just kind of silently cries for a very long time. So I think if it's a really bad scenario, then maybe 5 to 7 minutes of just sitting in this very uncomfortable silence of her crying, and then she'll switch, like she's mustering herself together, and then she'll kind of shift her focus onto me, and I usually will kind of begin quite an aggressive monologue, or it'll go into a very aggressive space for her.
Okay. So she's crying.
Yeah.
She's silent treatment. She's freezing you out somewhat, and then she's conversing with you aggressively, and you're feeling emotionally unsafe. Is that fair to say?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to really sit with that feeling, and I want you to really imagine and think about the physical feelings in your body at that time and the thoughts in your mind, and just really sit with that discomfort. Now I want you to tell yourself that you're not responsible for your mother's emotions, and that it's sad to see your mother upset, but you are not the cause of that, and you are responsible for yourself and not for your mother or her emotions. How does that feel?
It feels good.
Yeah.
I think it feels like a big relief in an emotional sense, but also in a physical sense, because I think in those spaces I do, like, I feel it very much in my body. And even though a lot of the time logically I know that, like, I know that I'm distanced from that, but it's very difficult to remember that, especially if I've got lots of contact with her. So it kind of just dissipates that feeling of extreme discomfort and anxiety, and I don't know, I go into like a shutdown mode. And it just kind of relieves that.
So this is something you can practice as well. So if you keep doing it and you really imagine these uncomfortable feelings, and then you tell yourself that you are not responsible, and you can retrain those cognitions in your brain. So it's a good thing to practice.
Yeah. Yes, I will.